Recently, I have been trying out some of the more well-renowned mods for Dark Souls 3. Things like Arc Thrones, for example, that I tried recently. So going along with that, I wanted to try out the Dark Souls Cinders mod. This mod completely overhauls huge aspects of the game, as well as adds so much new content into it. Obviously, it's more of an overhaul mod, so most of vanilla Dark Souls 3 is still going to be intact. However, there are numerous new NPCs, covenants, items, weapons, spells, and more. There are definitely some janky implementations, but the mod is overall such a fun and unique experience. It fixes a lot of the more mundane aspects of the original Dark Souls 3 by just reworking them entirely. So I wanted to make this video to track my journey throughout the Cinders mod and express my thoughts on the mod overall. I'm also just playing this mod, so I am not taking credit for anything within the mod or within the game, and it's simply just my gameplay from my streams over on Twitch. I will also state it here since there is some reused content from other FromSoft titles used in this mod, but I have not played Sekiro or Bloodborne. However, I have played just about every other Souls game. My girlfriend also likes to watch me play occasionally, so if you hear her in the background, that's probably why. So with all of that out of the way, let's dive into Dark Souls 3 Cinders. Right off the bat, there is an insane amount of new starting classes. I believe there was around 25 or so when I counted new starting classes to choose from. Some are catered to more underutilized builds in Dark Souls 3, others are brand new styles that dump nearly all the starting stats into a few attributes, and of course, there are some meme classes. I went a bit simplistic and used the Bandit class, which starts you as a Lion Knight with a great axe. Given the armor set, we made our character's name fitting. The starting gift options were also changed here. There were some interesting options, but I had to go with the tried and true Master Key. Once I actually got into the game, I was greeted with a new menu that allows you to customize the type of experience you are looking for. There is a lot of options here, so I won't get into everything. Just know there are now different difficulties that allow you to make things easier, harder, or special modes like a boss rush. I went with the Wanderer difficulty, which is the more standard mode and removes weapon upgrades as a mechanic and replaces it with damage upgrades from defeating bosses. Kinda similar to the Scadutree fragments from Elden Ring, but only rewarded after each boss fight. Inside Firelink, we found our first new NPC. This guy was more of a cosmetic customization menu than anything. He offered various scrolls that increased different attributes. What I was more interested in was the effects and transmog mechanics, which, if you're unfamiliar, transmog allows you to have the stats of a weapon or armor that you prefer, but allows you to change the look of it into whatever you want. Meaning you could have something like a leather helmet, but change it to look like Havel's helmet or vice versa. The effects were a bit obnoxious, at least for me, but it was still cool to see things like a lightning effect on the body.
Oh, damn. No, thank you.
Further into Firelink, we found so many new NPCs. Again, there's just so much here that I can't realistically cover everything in one video. The highlights were that Hawkwood is now a dedicated dragon guy now. There is a place to test your weapons on dummies, new ways to get permanent item effects, and more.
Sorry, what soul coalescence is
Get yourself
more?
killed.
You must have 99 strength to coalesce.
Now, most of the new items were quite expensive, so I was hoping there was a way to farm souls easily, which I would soon find a new integrated farming method in the mod. There were two new bonfires that utilized the PvP maps in Dark Souls 3. These were renamed to Memories, and upon starting them would spawn enemies that you could farm for souls. If you completed the trial, you would be awarded with various items depending on the difficulty you chose, which, yeah, you can choose various difficulties for these memories that change the amount of souls you get and give you higher or lower tier rewards. I was completely overwhelmed with the amount of new content already, but once I got my bearings, I headed out to start taking down some bosses, as that's my new way to get damage. So we slapped around Vort for a little while. Upon defeating Vort, we found some nice new items that allow us to rematch Vort and obtain all the items his soul is used for. We also found out that upon defeating a boss, we would be awarded some new permanent effect that gives us a boost thematic to the boss we defeated.
Revive Vort. Oh, that's cool. You can revive them? Boost damage dealt to enemies by 1%. Hell yeah. Boost frost resistance by 25%. Hell yeah. Yol of London.
As I made my way towards the curse-rotted Greatwood, I found out about functioning poise in this mod. While fighting Hodrick, I got to see on full display just how good poise is in this mod. Now, if you've played Dark Souls 3, you know that poise is basically just not a thing at all. Inside this mod, however, it functions similar to Dark Souls 1. which is super nice.
Okay, the boys, we're just like trading hits at this point. We just had some Dark Souls 1 PvP.
Oh no!
Can I? No!
It was here that our boy Lemmy Jr. had informed me of an NPC I missed that allows you to summon various mobs to fight by your side. Lemmy Jr. had also been our spiritual guide up to this point. I didn't have too many options, but I could start by summoning a hollow and a dog. Now the FP cost may seem high at face value, however I forgot to mention earlier that your FP now regenerates quite quickly when not being used, which allows you to use spells and weapon arts much more frequently, also removing the need for the Ashen Estus flask. Back to the Greatwood. This boss was the same overall, and nothing to write home about. It also wasn't the best boss to try out my new summons, given it's a boss that relies on hitting specific spots in order to damage it, and the NPCs aren't that bright.
10%, I mean 1% more damage to all enemies, so I think we're just gonna get 1% extra damage every time then, or most times, and boost max HP by 10. What? What? What just happened? Why did it just crash?
While heading over to the Crucifixion Woods, Lemmy Jr. had informed me of another NPC nearby. Once I found him, I was honestly surprised. This NPC sells Bloodborne weapons and even the firearms, so I definitely wanted to try these out at some point.
Exotic weaponry. Oh, it's all the Bloodborns. I can get the gun?
I obtained a new dagger, although again this might be something from a different Souls game and I just didn't know it. However, it was actually a ton of fun to use, mainly due to its weapon art, that does a quick reverse grip stab for a small amount of FP.
Boost damage 50% against hollow creatures. In all fairness, most things in this game are hollow. I don't have to worry about upgrading it. The Forlorn intrudes. The Forlorn?
I smell pennies!
Oh shit, okay, now he's okay, never mind, I rocked the shit out of it. On fire, it's not here.
It was a ton of fun to spam this weapon art on the Crystal Sage and a couple other enemies. I also forgot to mention that a lot of consumables now were just littered around the world and had their quantities adjusted to make them far more useful. So I would occasionally pick up 25 lightning or witching urns, which actually made me want to use them more often. When I did use them, they were actually really good too. It seemed like they had gotten a bit of a damage buff to make them more viable.
Max FP by 10%, hell yeah. Oh, he just aura farmed. But he was listening to Invisible by Duran Duran Slowed, so he just tanked it.
We made our way towards the Abyss Watchers. There wasn't much that was different in the areas or the boss itself, aside from a few new items and locations of things like bonfires, and occasionally some of the enemy spawns. There was more of a skirmish between the Dark Race and the Swamp Goat people though.
Oh my god, there's a lot more Dark Race. Holy shit. Please tell me the bonfire's here. Letting Luvando didn't do shit. No, for real. They're still here. There's like 10 of them, bro. When your plan fucking sucked. Drowned his entire town just for an entire platoon of them to be casually strolling in Farron Keep like 3 millennia later. Tonight on WWE. Whoa, whoa, I'm the ref. You can't fight me. Whoa. Man, oh shit. Whoa.
It was also here that I started using my customizable summons. I've made them have a fire effect that trails behind them, as well as some color hues to differentiate them when they are out. They could take a hit and do some good damage, which was pretty nice, although most of their utility came from their ability to draw aggro to themselves.
Yeah, the dog shit green, there we go. Shit green and Baja Blast jumped in.
They would be unsummoned after around 30 seconds or so if they didn't get unalived, which meant I would have to resummon them every so often. If they were unalived, then I wouldn't be able to summon them until I had rested at a bonfire again.
Bully him, he doesn't have any poise. Oh shit, it's like Dark Souls 3 PvP. Elden Ring PvP.
The catacombs were also pretty similar to the base game.
Which reduces weapon stamina cost by 10%. Oh shit, really? Bro, I can attack forever now. X by 2. Oh, so this is how you're able to wield the big stuff, is because you can use the... Okay.
The main difference being there were now a lot of invaders.
Soaring! Bro, how many times am I gonna get invaded here?
Sorg in particular had been changed here, or rather, the Fume Knight sword had been changed. Its weapon art now copies the Fume Knight's fireball move that sends out multiple fire orbs in a circular motion, which was actually way cooler than its base game counterpart.
We're gonna have to just run. Yo, we got him. What? There's a... Oh, it's a skeleton. What the hell?
What is going on here?
You believe? What is happening?
Once I had gotten to Woolnir, I thought I was enduring some sort of sick joke at first. For whatever reason, no matter what weapon I was using, I was doing extremely low damage. So Woolnir's fight ended up taking around 10 minutes or so for me. One of my weapons almost broke during this fight, which was crazy given I've never seen the at-risk message in Dark Souls 3, period.
Does his bracelets have more health? feel like it's taking a while. I think your dagger is just fun.
2 very boring minutes later.
My weapon's at risk. Been hitting him so long, my weapon is at risk. I've never seen that message once in DS3. I don't mean either. That's why I was like, what is that? Finally! Holy shit. Gravelord sword and dance.
There's also a few map edits in the river area near the Demon King with some new items. Mainly, there was no longer a ballista, and there were some structures in the way now. From there, I thought I'd take out the Demon King since he's not too tough. With our summons, he was a complete joke.
My poor dog. Okay. Oh. Oh, he coomed. Okay, he's all tuckered out. No, he's not. What? Oh, okay. No, he is. Pulled a sneaky on me there. Boost damage against demonic enemies by...
On our way to the cathedral, we ran into Big Morn. He was just the Dragon Slayer armor with a new model, essentially. There were a few modifications to his moveset, but it was nothing that changed him all that much.
Boost shield stability. Ah, yes, all the shields I've been using.
Kirk also had a minor change that was pretty funny.
Pointing down at me. Yeah.
Moving on to the Deacons, their fight was unchanged as well for the most part.
Shit, I'm cooked.
The only difference being 2 Cathedral Knights that now spawn in and help the Deacons out in the arena. They have a ton of health, but once they're gone, it's basically the same exact fight as the base game.
Soul absorption by 10%. Hell yeah.
Earlier, I had also found the Covenant of Champions inside Firelink Shrine, and with it, I was able to farm more enemies to gather Estus shards and undead bone shards, which became my main way of upgrading my flask going forward.
Bro was trying to aura farm with that spell and I threw a pot at him. Not the Lords of the Fallen. You look like Bearer of the Curse if he was on a budget.
It also led me to a lever inside Firelink that also opened up the tutorial area and Gundyr. So I went back to see if anything was new. There certainly was a surprise in the tutorial area, and Gundyr himself had a few changes to his regular moveset. It was around here I finally dabbled with the cosmetic stuff and made an Abyss-themed Raven sort of character.
You have a lot of health. That wasn't too bad. Couldn't really parry him though. So we just get 25% curse resist. That's not... Oh, it's Fume Knight with Soul of Cinder. Oh my god, he does a lot of damage. Oh my god. Okay, we do no damage. Oh my god, yeah, he does so much damage. Okay.
I thought it got the job done and it gave me some direction in my build finally. So from here on out, I would be building a dark damage sort of theme. I also showcased my farming method in the new farming mode and ended up getting around 1,000,000 souls in about a half hour, which was just insane.
But now that we got 1,000,000 souls, how many levels can I get with that? I'm the guy from Fortnite.
From there, I headed out towards Aldrich. I figured he would be a bit resistant to dark, but I wanted to save Yorm for last, given I was hoping his boss fight had been changed to be more engaging. I also got a black flame spell that was added into the mod. It was similar to the Forbidden Suns, but with a black flame effect from Elden Ring. It fit right into my build, and it was honestly just a great projectile that I would use quite often. I had also discovered the curse options that were included with another NPC at Firelink. Here you could make the game harder with specific curses in order to gain more soul absorption. Things like making enemies do more damage, having enemies regenerate health passively, having all of your attributes, and more.
Equal explosion. I just got a spell. Oh, that's actually super cool. I can charge it, or at least hold it. Does it just hold it indefinitely so I can just choose when I want? It's funny too that they made the dark sword. Oh, what the fuck? Did he just fall? Yeah, he did.
I ended up sort of cheesing Pontiff with my new spell, given how powerful it was thanks to my regenerating FP. I was also finally starting to do some good damage with my abyssal sword I had acquired.
We'll go for the big one. Lion's Claw into Artorias. Blah, blah. Okay, that was actually good damage. Yo, the Pursuer! I'm gonna cheese you, bro. The Pursuer versus the Forlorn, bro. Oh yeah, I was farming a couple enemies because when I was looking at these, I saw that you could stack them. So I was thinking like, oh, well, this boosts damage by 1% and health by 10%. So I was like, maybe if I kill the boss multiple times and I get the boon multiple times, I'll get, you know, a bunch of extra damage and health, right? You know, some checking of my stats. And yeah, it doesn't work that way. So you just get one boon effect. So even though it says I have 5, I only get the effect of 1, unfortunately. I mean, the nice part is I get the boss souls and all that, but did a little off-camera mining. Yeah, I did a lot of off-camera mining, actually, because I was experimenting with the 50 million different mechanics that they added. My favorite ones that I have are this one, the Faith Ring and the Vitality Ring, because they give you 25 stab wounds. They give you 25 of a certain stat, so that's why I upgraded them. Oh shit, they got Dark Bead? Dark damage. Of course they made the Pope set give you extra dark damage. Oh, okay, so it's a vomit spell and I can hold it. I vomit up a bunch of shit. Ooh, the Giant set. I farmed these Silver Knights so many times for those Proof of Concord keps, man. I know all their movesets. The drop rate was like 1% or something. Oh, so you can double, like, buffs now with... Hey, you can just buy Dark Moon Blade now.
Do not care.
Okay, well, you know what? Understood. Well, why was it right there?
Giant
What
enemy
the
spider.
hope? Oh, you know what? He's probably... Yeah, I think that's twice now. I've been jump scared by a intimidating enemy, only for it to immediately jump off the cliff and kill itself.
Once I had gotten to Aldrich, I knew the fight was going to take a while to get through. As I figured, he was resistant to dark damage, which was pretty much the only damage type that I use. So I tried some other options like pine resins or my spells, but I ended up just settling on spamming the weapon art on my sword, given it did the most damage out of everything I had. Aldrich was super annoying with his constant teleporting away and projectiles, so I did end up having to attempt him multiple times before I got him.
Boon of the Beast. Killing enemies bestows the power of consumption. It boosts damage dealt by 10% for 5 seconds. That's like the Crusade insignia in Elden Ring. Sunlight, restoring 3 health every second. Oh, it's 3 health every second now. Okay, that could be useful, especially if I upgrade it. Anybody hear Beishki burp loud as fuck?
As I headed towards Yorm, we got invaded by a familiar NPC that had a pretty cool catalyst from the mod. There were so many new mechanics, modes, and changes within this mod, it was practically learning how to play Dark Souls 3 all over again.
Can cast sorceries power. Oh shit! So this is like Staff of the Beyond in Elden Ring. You can just you can cast anything with it.
So it did take me a while throughout my playthrough to learn and utilize most of the new things included. It was honestly a bit overwhelming at some points, but it was really cool once I had finally got the hang of things. I headed towards Yorm with high hopes of his fight being changed from a Storm Ruler Glaze into an actual fight.
Corrupted Knight Leloid. Oh, it's Old Dragon Slayer. Yeet. Damn, he hyper armored the shit out of that. Hyper armor that. Oh, that's cool. Ring of Vengeance. On Vengeance. Deal 50 dark damage to enemies while rolling and kicking. Yeah, that ring kind of was buns. Yeah, no, it's not very good right now. Or no, we could probably do Lorien first. The Pursuer, Lord Takasuji. Cool hat. It's the Hand Fetish Man, Miyazaki. What the hell is this? Damn, this ring weighs 10 pounds. It prevents grab attacks and critical attacks. That's actually pretty OP.
Once I got to Yorm, I was kinda right, I guess? Yorm no longer had a giant health pool that only the Storm Ruler could relieve him of, so you can now take him down pretty quickly with just about anything now. Although at this point, my damage was starting to reach ridiculous levels, so Yorm went down even faster this way than using Storm Ruler.
Reduces weapon art FP cost by 10%.
I had a similar issue with a lot of other bosses later in the run, but I was just absolutely dominating them. Like the Dancer, for example. Her health pool was just no match for the sheer damage output I had, combined with the stagger potential of the greatsword I was using.
Reduce miracle FP cost? Damn, I use pyromancies though. That's a good ass sword. What the f— No, it crashed!
As I made my way through Lothric, I came across a new boss called the Twisted Knight, which actually got me a bit excited.
Dominatrix Sharon, what? She's just throwing knives at me though. I killed her.
There was a torn page item that explained the boss fight before entering. It essentially just made you have to match the color-coded damage types on the boss. So blue meant he was weak to magic, red meant he was weak to fire, and so on and so on.
Alright, let's fight this Twisted Knight then.
Although my damage was so good that it didn't matter what color the knight was, as I just had good damage no matter what. I tried playing along with the intended way the fight was explained, but it didn't end up working out that way.
What? I'm so confused. So, was that no bullshit? Did that not make— Oh yeah, no, I think it just means he's weak to that damage type. Because I do a lot more damage now that he's purple. So the mage was a liar then. He was like, my attacks do no damage. He's immune to them unless he glows a certain color. But then I just killed him with literally anything. You just straight lied? Skill issue? Question mark? Max stamina by 10%. Hell yeah. When I'm so ahead of the curve, they send me to special education. Oh shit, the pursuer's here again. How many times do we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Hold on. Luilia of Londor? Oh, it's the Londor lady. What?
Protein
Oh, you got a
tubes.
parrying dagger. Oh yeah, parry the fireball. Yeah, put that shit away. She had a parrying dagger out. I was just throwing fireballs at her the whole time, and she was like, alright, let me put this shit away. Tiny injury. Bro, who are all these invaders? He is not tiny, that is Smo. Holy shit. Oh, damn. Damn, Big Deborah. I actually really like that they put a ton of NPC invaders. It makes it more fun. Courtier's wig? Is this Lady Maria's set? Oh no, the cape doesn't work though. It doesn't have cape physics. That's okay. I mean, it's cool and all, but I prefer my damage over the soul absorption right now. Yeah, you're too late. I already killed him. Can't buff him.
Dragon Slayer armor was pretty unchanged, I think. You might have had more health than usual, and you could summon a few NPCs to help. While I didn't necessarily need the help, I summoned Egon anyways just so I could see him in action. I thought it might help out the boss too since he'd get a health boost. Dragon Slayer armor still ended up going down rather quickly though.
1% damage, physical absorption by 10%. Oh, hell yeah. He's got all the Demon Souls armor. Only max FP. I mean, I'll buy it just because I like this set, but I'm probably not going to use it.
Holy!
Oh my god, I killed him before he even teleported once. Yeah, it's the Looking Glass Knight. I was like, what the hell? What is he doing here?
I was really excited for the Mirror Knight boss fight once I got into the archives. This was not a boss I was expecting to find here, let alone be able to fight and get their items. I was really impressed with the fight mechanically speaking, as the Mirror Knight actually does summon his helpers to fight you, just like in Dark Souls 2. So while the Mirror Knight was pretty easy, I enjoyed the fight thoroughly.
This mod went from like really tough at the beginning to like I'm just destroying everything. Lightning, oh, magic, fire, lightning, and dark. So I get 20% elemental defense now, plus the other 10. Dude, so yeah, the downsides of this ring are just gone now. 10 different, oh, I got the Mirror Knight set.
The Stairway to Lorien was changed quite drastically as well.
Damn, he low-key tanked that. Yeah, I can spam magic too. These are the funny, oh my god, that thing is shooting out a lot of, that's shooting out way more than I remember. Holy shit, there's a lot more of these gold knights. The pursuit, bro, how many times do I have to kill that pursuer? Is he gonna do the dance? Oh shit!
Normally it's a bunch of hollows and knights, but the mod creators said screw all that and got rid of all the gang squads in exchange for placing Vort and the Dancer. I thought this was pretty cool and sort of showcased all the Lothric bosses converging to protect Lorien. The Twin Princes were insanely easy with my build. I took Lorien down super quick with my weapon art, then repeated the process for phase 2. These guys stood absolutely no chance. At this point I was realizing just how powerful my build had become. Between all the boons, armor effects, rings, covenants, and infusions, there wasn't much that I was having trouble with anymore, at least for now.
Grants a 2% chance to shatter enemy with every attack. What?
So before I take out Soul of Cinder and finish the base game, I wanted to go fight Osiris, Champion Gundyr, and Nameless King. Osiris wasn't a big deal, which was a bit weird, as I thought he might have a bit higher dark resistance given his area. While he does have a good amount of health, I still took him down pretty quick.
Reduces sorcery by 10%.
Now I'm not sure on this as I haven't explored every nook of the mod yet, but I didn't think there is a Champion Gundyr anymore after Osiris, as it just takes you to the Nameless King now. So I guess we're fighting Nameless King.
It's pretty good, I like it. I like all our emotes right now. Oh, yep, you just come in through this side now. You walk. I'm just gonna be able to bully him, bro. Gaius from Elden Ring. It's not even fair. I do so much damage.
Fuck out of my sight.
Oh my god, holy shit.
I would like to say Nameless King was easy because of my damage, but honestly, that wasn't entirely it. I had just fought this guy so many times at this point that I knew every move he could possibly do. So I beat him near flawlessly. His dragon nicked me once, but other than that, I never got hit by him. So, I was heading into the DLC next.
Lightning absorption by 10%.
Inside the DLC, there were a few new changes, although most were pretty minor.
30 pieces of shit. The hell? I occasionally will use my sword, but now I'm just spamming fireballs.
However, there was a ton of new NPC invaders, as well as armor sets and items. Starting with Ashes of Ariandel, we made our way through like normal, gathering any items I could in hopes of finding some new stuff. The champion boss fight had been changed to a frost version of the Demon King with the same wolf enemy from the base game. Frostbite was actually deadly in these fights. Frostbite procs much easier and functions similar to the Elden Ring version in this mod, meaning it now took a flat amount of health away from me the second it procced. Since it is the Dark Souls 3 version of Frost, it can be applied again with around a 5-second cooldown. So while fighting this boss in particular, I probably had Frostbite trigger around 5 or so times on me in the last minute or so of the boss fight alone. Our damage was insane at this point in the game, so there really wasn't much we couldn't handle anymore.
Big hit! Here we go! Big hit! That was a princess? I didn't look like no princess. That's a woman? Strike damage by 10%.
One of the new NPC invaders in this DLC also had the Penetrator's armor set from Demon Souls. Upon seeing this, I immediately went to go change my drip to that armor set instead.
Yeah, I thought it was Yurt. That's what it was. I forgot his name, but I thought it was Yurt.
So I will now have more of a Dark Knight aesthetic than a Raven one. Next NPC invader had some pathing issues, or some kind of issues, but had the Ice Golem set from DS2.
I don't think he knows how to get me with the wall, in the way. Alright. Oh, I got his armor. I got Vilheim set. What is it? Oh, hey, Vilheim. Let me hear that beautiful voice. What the Oh, what the shit? Oh, I rolled right into there. Oh, Wilhelm. I don't know why I kept saying Vilheim. Wilhelm. Aya? The shadow? I'm gonna go with Aya. Don't put that fucking dookie butter on your sword. And they're dead. Boost crit damage of backstabs and riposte by daggers. By 100%. Holy shit.
As for Alfredo, I got to absolutely bully her for the entire fight.
Gale! Yeah, sure, I'll help Gale.
With how fast my weapon art was, combined with its high poise damage, and just damage in general, Alfredo was getting knocked around the arena like a pinball for most of our fight. She did almost get me a few times, thanks again to how powerful Frostbite can be in this mod.
Don't give her a fourth phase. Please. Yeah, Alfredo. And I know it's only me. I'm one of the few depressed Halo fans that are left. Boost physical, magic, fire, lightning, and dark defense by 100% while below 30. Oh, damn.
With Alfredo down, we headed into the Ring City DLC. There was a ton of new stuff here. I won't go into everything as the sheer amount of content in this mod is just insane. However, I will make sure to show the stuff I thought was the coolest, starting with the Four Kings Greatsword. From what I could tell, the Angels in Dreadkeep had been reverted back to their pre-patch state inside vanilla Dark Souls 3.
Find it. Yo, I got the BDSM gear. Yo, the Dragon Acolyte stuff. Yo.
If you didn't know, when the Ring City was first released, these angels unleashed hell upon the player base. Their projectiles were far more numerous and had better tracking, making them a universal nightmare for players. They were thankfully nerfed shortly after the DLC was released, but inside this mod, those pre-patch angels had received new life, and made exploring these areas far more dangerous.
Ow, is there 2 angels here now? Oh my god, is it the pre-patch angels? I think it's the pre-patch angels when they shot like way more. He was too good to pass up. I knew it was gonna be a fucking mimic. Horsehoof ring. Oh, do you think I can actually? There we go. Damn. I knew it, they're all mimics and you can't see the chain. They all do it on purpose. The plunging attack animation? No, that's in vanilla. That is definitely in vanilla. It's only for those guys though. It's only if you plunge attack those guys. I always use it. The reason that they're like, how do we give these cool new items to the player? And they're like, just throw a chest on every single corridor. Oh, it's the turtle. These turtles. Strike damage by 2.5%. That's not bad.
At the Demon Princes, we summoned our motley crew, which consisted of Amnesiac Larp, Gale, Regular Knight, and myself.
I need to find this Elden Ring.
The Demon Princes stood no chance here. I expected them to take a while to take down, given that I brought 2 NPC summons with me, but even with an inflated health pool, they went down so quickly.
Fire absorption by 10%, and the 1 damage, of course.
Before I headed into the rest of the Ring City, our boy Lemmy Jr. had informed me of the ability to get a Black Knight as a summon. Black Knights are some of the toughest enemies stat-wise, so I obviously wanted this summon. In order to get it, however, we'd have to revisit the Marauder, or the budget Fume Knight from earlier. I figured we had progressed enough to actually stand a chance, so I went back to challenge the Fume Knight. Now with them down, I got my new spells and items, and headed towards the Ring City.
% boost poise by 25%. That is nice. Those spell And I'm gonna get the Black Knight. Did the cutscene not load? Oh my god, the cutscene didn't load. Here he is. Hack.
It was around here I found out how to fight Champion Gundyr, so I went ahead and fought him really quick. While Gundyr wasn't too bad, the NPC invader nearby was insane. And as Lemmy Jr. put it, we had a high-level Elden Ring PvP match.
Boost damage against hollows by 10%. Blacksmith's Nightmare? What the hell does that mean? Oh, Ashen Keeper Sophia. What? Oh, it's that lady that gives me the curse. Oh, and we have the same spell and we just killed each other with it. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, that was much easier. Oh my god, is that the smelter demon? Holy shit. There we go. Alright, fight to the death. Get bullied? Get bullied? Get bullied? What a fight. Smelter demon set war. Oh, here we go. And it's fire damage. Who would have guessed? Do you still sell... No, she doesn't. I thought she was gonna sell Artorias set.
I also went to take out another boss I had missed, which was the Maiden from Demon Souls. It looked a little off, with the model being so stretched in order to fit the Twin Prince's moveset. This boss was basically the same thing as the Twin Princes, except they had less moves and liked to spam this teleport overhead slam move.
Boost damage against abyssal enemies.
Back in the Ring City, I made my way through the usual route. I quickly found out that the swamp in this area had been changed to slowly inflict Curse. At first, I thought it was similar to the new version of Curse that is available on weapons within this mod, meaning I could take a flat damage amount and suffer an extra damage penalty for a short time. But no, I just straight up got one-tapped and sent to the loading screen this time. So Curse was actually a huge threat in this area. I took out the Dragon Slayer mini-boss, and some more NPC invaders here.
Ooh, and it's dark damage? Golem set. Ew, he coomed on me. I got his head though. Using life gems? You cheater. Only I can do that. Team front page has some straight bullshit, bro. What's Jeffrey Eggstein? Is that just like a tycoon game? The tag for it is survival horror.
I wanted to change my armor to Yurt's from Demon Souls, so I headed to the transmog guy at Firelink once again. Once I got there was a ghost that would allow me to regain access to Gwendolyn's Ring of Betrothal that I didn't mention earlier in the run. I won't go over it too much, but basically with this ring, you can marry one of the NPCs and they'll give you cool little goodies every now and then. It's basically as superficial as the marriage in Skyrim. This boss was ridiculous, honestly. Both myself and the boss could take each other out in 1 to 2 hits, so it was mostly a war of who could land a hit first. With that done, I knocked Midir off a cliff and took on the Spears of the Church.
A ruined sentinel. Oh, well, there it goes. Okay, max HP. That's Freya the what? Oh, the Wretched. Okay. Yo, it's the DS2 default. And they're dead. The Moaning Knight. That sounds really familiar. She said born to shit, forced to wipe. Alright, she be letting it crust.
This boss was pretty much exactly the same, aside from the Adjudicator now fighting you instead of just disappearing. However, with my insane damage, this whole fight was over extremely quickly. After the Spears of the Church, I encountered an NPC that drops the infamous Elden Ring.
Cation. Increases health recovery effectiveness by 10%. Oh shit. Does that apply to my ring? No, it actually doesn't apply to my ring. Alright, hold on. I gotta throw away this chicken, because I got the Elden Ring! Boost crit damage of backstabs and riposte by halberds. Man, that's kinda ass.
Unfortunately, this ring was way too niche, and thus I never used it. I touched the Eggstein and got access to Gale.
Oh no, she was LARPing as someone who was alive.
Getting access to Midir was much tougher now that I had to slowly walk through a curse swamp as a humanity.
Ooh, Dragon Rider.
I finished LARP's questline and took out Shira. And yes, I know it's Lap, I'm just referring to him as LARP for this whole video.
Maybe it's just the way we're wired. Oh my god, oh my god. Because it's funny, I'm gonna summon Shira to help me even though I just killed her.
Then they immediately summoned Shira for the Midir fight, which was pretty funny. Midir had a huge health pool like always, but he wasn't really that tough. Most of my attacks did good enough damage that we took him out without even having to stagger him. With Midir down, I went to try his new spell that you can get.
Boost dark absorption by 10%. Yes, I'll take your entire stock.
The spell had great damage, but it was extremely hard to land as the enemy would need to stay almost perfectly still. So I really only used this for Gale and then dropped it entirely.
This.
Speaking of which, Gale was a complete pushover, and we ended him with the big Meteor laser. After Gale, I checked with bosses I had missed.
When he was doing the lady screams in the Halo songs. Hey, there we go. We got him with the beam. Boosts max health, magic, and stamina by 5%. Oh, so he's like a mini Fap Ring.
After Gale, I checked which bosses I had missed and did sort of a boss rush. First was the discount Gank Squad from DS2. Between me and the Black Knight, they got absolutely bullied.
Oh god dang it, it crashed.
Then we fought the Blue Veldstat, which was also super easy. I'm gonna attribute it to my insane damage and my build, but there was basically no challenge in the game anymore at this point.
Oh my Jesus.
Help! Help!
You're bullying him. Oh my god. Increases stamina damage? That's, or something. Nope, it's trash. Alright, let's see what kills him faster. The sword?
That's quite big.
Oh my god. Or the fireball. And there he goes. Item discovery. Oh, actually, that would have been kind of nice.
Lastly was the Lordran Remnants, which was actually pretty cool. You end up fighting Ornstein, Artorias, Siren, and the Giant Blacksmith back to back in a gauntlet. While the fight was easy, I enjoyed fighting the main knights of Dark Souls 1.
Stamina recovery by 10. Ooh, that's actually really nice.
Now there was only one challenge or boss left. Soul of Cinder, who I took out so fast we didn't even realize he left phase 1. I didn't do really any NPC questlines or anything for a specific ending, so we just got the default ending, which is probably the worst one lore and visual wise.
10% movement speed. What?
Although I never really get to see it because of that, so I guess some good did come out of it. Looking at the mod overall, I actually enjoyed a great majority of it. I feel this mod did a good job of sort of fixing most of the issues with Dark Souls 3, as well as expanding the sandbox, mechanics, and viability of just about everything. The sheer amount of content added in this mod could keep you busy for tons of hours with all the new builds, weapons, spells, and more that you have access to. Although it does have its fair share of bugs and lack of polish here and there. My biggest positive, which will sound extremely superficial, was the customization. Not only just for your character and transmog, but for everything else too. Things like being able to customize your weapons, your weapon effects, summons, point of view, player effects, and of course the transmog too. I think it is fully intentional from the devs of the mod, but it's also very easy to become overpowered in this mod. Maybe it depends on which difficulty and playstyle you choose for your experience, but it really only took me about half the base game to become completely unstoppable. Well, personally, I do find it fun to decimate nearly everything in the game. The novelty eventually wears off towards the end of the run for me. I would also say there is a lot of reused bosses and animations, which I also don't really have any issue with. But if you do have an issue with that, you might find it annoying throughout this mod. So I would say I'd recommend this mod for at least one playthrough if you haven't already. With that, I hope you enjoyed. I plan on covering some other mods on other Souls games and more Dark Souls 3 mods as well. I appreciate all the support as always and want to thank Parrotman, Peroom, Beishki, and Lemmy Jr. for all the help on this run over on Twitch. For now, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is wherever you're watching this. And as always, take it easy.